Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 119, Fundamental Statistics, Section 2.1, Problem 3. This is Section 2.1, Problem number 3. It says fill in the blanks on the relative frequency table shown below. So we have a relative frequency table which lists different campus locations for BCC. You have certain frequencies, there's some missing, and some relative frequencies, there's only one. And we need to fill in the blanks. There's quite a few blanks, but we can fill them in. What you notice here in the bottom row, we have a relative frequency of 15 over 200. So that's telling me that the frequency for the bottom category, which is online, would be 15, and that the total is 200. So now the next line up, I have a frequency of 30 over the total would be 200, the denominator for the one relative frequency that I know. The next line up, Taunton, is blank. I just have to leave it blank for now. So I'll come back to that one. I'll go up one more. New Bedford has a frequency of 40 over the total of all the frequencies, which is 200. And again, I know that from the bottom relative frequency that was given. And finally, the top one, Fall River, has a frequency of 85. So the relative frequency would be the frequency of 85 over the total, which is 200. So now the key to filling this in and finishing it off is that the total of all the relative frequencies have to add up to 1. Now, written as fractions, they have a common denominator of 200. So even though a lot of these will reduce, I like having that same denominator for all of them. So if I add these up to add up to 1, where I have a denominator of 200, it would be 200 over 200. That adds up, would reduce to 1. So let's add what we have so far. So for my numerators, 85 plus 40 is 125, plus the unknown amount here. And then 125 plus 30 is 155. And then 155 plus 15 would be 170. So I have 170 for my total of the numerators over my common denominator of 200, plus the missing fraction, so some unknown amount on top over 200 underneath, would have to add up to a total of 1, which would be written as 200 over 200. Well, when you see 170 plus some unknown amount adds up to 200, the unknown amount must be 30. So I have a relative frequency of 30 over 200 for Taunton, which means the numerator here, the 30, would be the frequency. And now we've filled in all the blanks.